all you awesome and amazing healers, highly sensitive people, and intuitives. So, today I'm going to talk about your past life. There are three main things that carry forward and why they might be important to you. But before I talk about that, the first thing I want to mention is that the current life is the one that you are working on. Past life memories are not nearly as important as you think unless they cause you problems. So, a lot of people are curious as to what their past life was about. You probably already know. So, I just want you to remember that the reason why most of us don't remember past life, and I'm talking about like 99.99999% of the population, is that it's most important to work on the current life right now. So, stay tuned to hear more. This is Anastasia. I used to be a physics professor specializing in vibrational and quantum physics. After recovering from a serious illness using energy healing on myself, the calling to heal became so strong that I had to quit my 40-year research career. I replaced my 6-figure professor's salary within 5 months using a simple but not easy 3-step system that I worked out to grow my healing practice. Now I help other healers grow their practices, whether they're just starting or already have a practice, with this same 3-step system. I'm all about helping you too. Listen in to learn more. Thank you so much for coming back. And as I mentioned, today's topic is about your past life. So whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter, because the energy that you have in your body has something to do with what's been going on around you and in your life now. But past lives, I wouldn't have believed it except that I've seen images of what's happened in my past lives, and I've been in hypnotic trances where I'll see things and then I'll go to the location in the world where I think I am, and voila, there it is, even though I've never been there nor seen pictures of it. So one of the things that was surprising to me, at least, in looking at my past life, is that a lot of the talents and likes and dislikes I have were from those, and even fears were from the past lives. So I'm going to go through 3 ways your past life may affect you. So the first is whatever career path you took in your past life may be affecting your career path now, or your likes and dislikes. For example, if you were a musician in a past life, you may find that you have talents now in music that are like unbelievable to other people. Or you may have been a scientist or a doctor. In my case, I've been scientists and doctors, which is why I became a scientist that heals, right? So I decided to be a scientist at the age of 7, right? I looked at a map of the universe and I knew that that's what I wanted to study. And that's highly unusual. And my whole life, all the way through graduate school till I got my doctorate, was just geared towards science. This may affect you too. There are people like my daughter at the age of 3 knew she was going to be an artist, right? And her whole life was geared towards being an artist. She still is highly artistic. She sings, she composes music, she writes poetry, she does songs, she does painting, drawing, anything artistic. She designs clothes, anything artistic. That's what my daughter does. And in my opinion, that's probably been her past life path, right? So this is one way it can affect you. So that's the positive. Let's say you had a negative experience. So this is number 2, a negative experience, trauma, even the date of your death, like if you had a very early death, if you suffered abuse, beating, a severe illness, any one of those things, anything traumatic, can bring on fears and anxieties in this life. Now, you can overcome those, which is why you're in this life now, right? So you can overcome those, but knowing that you may have had an influence and you have that energetic imprint from something that happened before now, then there is a way to release that. And it's not that difficult. I have cleared up many of them, right? So let's say you had a severe lung illness, maybe tuberculosis, maybe lung cancer. Maybe you were in an environment where there was a lot of dirty air, like a coal mine or a chemical factory, and you suffered some sort of lung thing. Then your lungs are relatively weak, right? They feel energetically weak, and then they will take on an illness now. You may have pneumonia or something like that, right? So those things will carry through. So if you have a weak point in your body, this may have been carried forward from a past life. And the other thing is something that a healing teacher taught me is about time bombs. So let's say you had a severe illness at the age of 45 in a previous life, and then all of a sudden at the age of 45, like unexpectedly, you end up in a bad car accident, or you end up getting very sick for no obvious reason. Then this may be the influence from your past life. So there's a way to release those time bombs. Like since I turned 70, I felt like there was a time bomb in my life. So I have cleared them off, and I feel lighter, like that time bomb has been released, and I'm a lot more cheerful. It may be that in a previous life I died at the age of 70, right? So this is to be careful about that. And then the third way that you may be affected is you may be in a relationship in some way, whether it's a friendship, a partnership, a family member, with somebody that you experienced something in a past life, right? And so clearing up that old relationship energy is really important so you can start fresh. Right? And a lot of times we come into this life deciding to resolve something that may have happened in your past life. And so you'll carry this thing and you're wondering why you have this compulsive behavior towards this person, even though you may not have had any reason to have that kind of, like I call it, the adversarial behavior. Like every time they do something, you think to yourself, and I've experienced this, you think to yourself, oh yeah, don't do that to me, kind of thing. And they may not have meant anything by it. So those are 3 ways you can be affected by your past life. But remember, this is only a small percentage, but what it does is it creates kind of a compulsion or a fear or an anxiety that you don't know where it came from. And it's really helpful to get those past life energies cleared off, so any kind of energetic influence from your past life can be released, so you can start fresh and work on what your task is now, what you are here to learn and do. I hope that was helpful for you to understand how past life influences can work for you. Remember, first is that you may have a desire like being in music or science, and that is probably because you enjoyed it in a past life. Number 2 is if something traumatic happened to you at a particular age or even at all, like an illness in your lungs and you don't know why. Or number 3 is that you are repeating compulsive behavior with someone in your life now and you don't understand why that is, it may be a past life influence. It's probably a confluence of many things, but past life influence is usually what happens. So I hope that was helpful for you to understand what's going on and that all of those things can be cleared by doing a timeline clearing on your person. And remember, the person that you were in the past life is only a little piece of who you are right now. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you so much for taking valuable time out of your day to listen in. If you found this message helpful, please help spread the word by giving the broadcast a thumbs up or a 5-star rating. Share it with your friends and be sure to subscribe to my channel with your notifications on. For further training on healing and growing your healing business using my 3-step system, go to www.highpaidhealers.com. And I'll see you in the next video.